Welcome to M Squared TechCast.
Hey, it's Mike Brennan.
And Matt Roush.
And you're back on M Squared TechCast, now MITech TV. And Matt has a guest calling in from Lawrence Tech.
Yes, my employer, Lawrence Technological University. I believe we have Sibrina Collins on the line. Do we, Dr. Collins?
Good afternoon, Mike and Matt. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you. Well, you have a bunch of things going on at Lawrence Tech in the Marburger STEM Center that I know we want to talk about today. First of all, give us the 30,000-foot overview of what the Marburger STEM Center is.
Sure. Thank you for having me, and Happy New Year again to everyone listening. So the Marburger STEM Center, LTU's Marburger STEM Center, is essentially the clearinghouse for all of the STEM activities on a campus of Lawrence Tech. And so that includes our high school summer camps, Extreme Science Saturdays, RoboFest, which is led by Dr. C.J. Chung, and partnerships with the Detroit Public Schools and Southfield Public Schools, entitled The Blue Devil Promise.
All right, so let's start with talking about the summer camps. It's time for parents to start thinking about what their kids are going to be doing this summer. Tell us what kind of summer camps Lawrence Tech offers.
Well, we offer nearly 30 summer camps specifically for 10th graders through 12th graders, and focusing on a variety of different topics from all four of LTU's colleges. So including biomedical engineering, automotive engineering, molecules and medicine, architecture, and starting your own business. And these summer camps are really important. It's an important feeder program because really nearly 50% of students that attend these summer camps actually enroll at Lawrence Tech. So it's a high-yielding program. Students have the chance to either have a residential experience where they can actually live in the dorms and, have cafeteria food, or they can have a commuter experience. So they get a chance to really experience what it's like to be a college student on our campus.
And financial aid is available if that's an issue. What's the website where people can go for more information on that?
Well, basically, if you go to www.ltu.edu, type in summer camps, and you'll get a web direction to the Marburger STEM Center, which is where the high school summer camps are actually listed.
So are we still doing the forensic science one? That was always my favorite.
I don't think the forensic science one is listed this time, and we're always updating, summer camps. So we're always adding something new, bringing back something old, so we certainly will probably add it again in the future. Yeah,
and I know the entrepreneurship ones are growing too, because there's a lot of young kids these days that have an interest in starting their own business. Let's talk a little bit about Extreme Science Saturdays. The next one's coming up February 8th. Tell us about that a little, if you would, please.
Yeah, so the Extreme Science Saturdays is a program targeting high school students, but it's also an opportunity for 8th graders and 7th graders to participate. And so these are 2-hour workshops on a Saturday led by our faculty. The next one coming up February 8th is focusing on careers flying drones. And so students will get some hands-on experience flying drones and also learning about the process to actually become a pilot, the licensing procedure for drones. And so it should be a lot of fun because I know young people, they love technology, and drones are very popular right now.
Right, absolutely. Okay. You're also hosting a Black Girls Code event. That's coming up in February as well. Tell us a little bit about that, if you would.
Sure. So we're delighted to host this with Black Girls Code, the Detroit chapter. They're having an event on our campus Saturday, February 10th, 2020, specifically for girls ages 7 to 17. And the theme for their program is Teach, Play, and Learn with Artificial Intelligence. So we're delighted to partner with them, and looking forward to having these young women on our campus getting some hands-on activities.
Now, one of the things you're also going to be doing, or actually, I think you're going to be making the announcement today. I think you were cleared about how you guys are going to be partnering with the Engineering Society of Detroit to establish the Girls in Engineering Academy. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So the Girls in Engineering Academy, so that's a signature program of the Engineering Society of Detroit. And basically the program focuses on encouraging girls from underrepresented backgrounds to consider careers in engineering. And so they have various cohorts at various colleges and universities in the state of Michigan. And so for this coming summer, we'll actually have a cohort on our campus at Lawrence Tech for these young women. They're going into they're rising sixth graders, so they're fifth graders going into the sixth grade, and it's a 4-week summer experience. They get a chance to work in teams, learn about some fun engineering concepts, and have some fun, and be encouraged to pursue a pathway in STEM disciplines.
So, how many girls are being accepted into this academy?
So basically, we'll have a cohort of about 30 girls.
Okay. And where do people go for more information on this and to apply? I know it's an ESD program. We're in partnership with them, and we're hosting it. I think you would look at ESD, right?
Right, exactly. You would go to the Engineering Society of Detroit website, and that'll be formally announced pretty soon on their website.
Yeah, it's within the next couple of days from what I've heard, and that is ESD.org for people who don't know. That's the Engineering Society of Detroit, which is, by the way, observing its 125th anniversary this year.
I didn't know that. We should get him on the show.
Yeah, okay. Well, you have Robert McGee back. He's a fun guest. So yeah, this is part of your ongoing opportunity to encourage more women, more people of color to consider STEM careers, right? Because it's still, I mean, despite all of our efforts, despite all of the push, they're still underrepresented.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so we know that, young people, I think all young people, really need to know how STEM shapes their everyday experiences. And exposure programs like this are a great way to do that. Okay.
So you are frequently published in academic journals on some fairly interesting topics and some unusual topics. I know last year you got published, well, in the year before that too, I think a little bit, for a paper on the fictional element vibranium from the Black Panther movie, and where that would go on the periodic table of the elements if it actually existed, and using that as sort of a springboard for STEM education. You've got another one coming out here pretty soon that's just been recently accepted for publication that deals with the novel Frankenstein, of reanimating life out of dead tissue. Talk about that a little bit, if you could.
Sure. So this was, and we're so excited about this. Basically, this was a collaboration with Paul Jelson and Franco Delagoux in the Department of Humanities, Social Sciences, and Communications here at Lawrence Tech, where they actually have received a grant from the Michigan Council of Humanities to establish the Humanity Plus Lecture seminar series, Humanity Plus Technology seminar series. And so basically, as a result of that, they actually had a faculty panel seminar focused on the novel Frankenstein. And basically, it was a wonderful event. We had about 90 high school students from the University Academy High School here in Southfield, led by their teacher, Ms. Lori Lewis. And during the seminar, during the discussion, one of the faculty panelists, Dr. Eric Meyer, who's a biomedical engineering faculty member here at Lawrence Tech, started making connections to the novel Frankenstein and the Avengers movies. And it occurred to us that we could actually, we got such a great response from the students. We actually collaborated on a paper where we were drawing comparisons between the novel Frankenstein and Black Panther and the Avengers, and pointing out that the relationship between Frankenstein and his creature and the novel also mirrors the relationship, or is aligned with the relationship between Black Panther and his nemesis, Eric Killmonger. So the students responded, and we wrote this paper, and we're delighted that it has been published in the Journal of the Chemical Educator.
Well, Frankenstein was in many ways the first modern science fiction novel. It took things that were happening then and sort of extrapolated them into what people thought might happen, based on currently available technologies, and that's what sci-fi is all about.
Absolutely, and the thing is, this is a wonderful example, I think, of how STEM educators and educators in the humanities field can collaborate on a project and really reach students. I absolutely love the humanities field, and so anytime we can find a way to collaborate both to reach students, I think you just have some awesome responses and results from that.
All right, so we've got just a few minutes left. I know you've got some new staff in the Marburger STEM Center that the idea is to increase K-12 outreach. Why don't you talk about that a little bit, and then we'll wrap it up.
Sure. So we recently hired Jacqueline Smith, not the actress from the television show.
Because I was looking at Matt, I go, really? Oh.
So she's a former high school biology teacher, and so she joined us last September to lead outreach efforts, and we are just delighted. She's bringing her energy and enthusiasm to the role, and we're continuing on doing workshops focused on vibranium and other types of activities to middle schools and high schools.
All right, so if you are a K-12 educator or a parent of a student in a K-12 education setting, and you think it would be good to engage with the Marburger STEM Center, how do people get a hold of you?
Absolutely. So you go to our website, www.ltu.edu, type in Marburger STEM Center, and I can also be reached at scollins@ltu.edu. Look forward to hearing from educators and parents and students.
All right, so a lot of programs at Lawrence Tech now available to middle school and high school students, from summer camps to Extreme Science Saturdays, partnerships with Black Girls Code and the Engineering Society of Detroit to encourage girls to pursue STEM careers, and some academic research that's also a lot of fun going on as well. Dr. Collins, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Appreciate
Traditional
it.
four-year students love Lawrence Technological University's thriving campus life, but LTU has always met non-traditional students' needs too. Lawrence Tech offers over 100 degree and certificate programs that can get adult students started or back on track. And most of our classes are conveniently offered evenings at our beautiful Southfield campus or online, so you can balance your social, family, and work life even while you power up your career. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.